Today I'll be explaining what each position does on a football field. Okay, so you have two sides of the ball. You have offense and defense. On offense, the whole team's job is to get the ball to the end zone and score a touchdown. On defense, it's their job to stop them from doing that. So on each side of the ball, you have 11 positions. Each position has their own job to do to help your team either score or keep a team from scoring. The offensive line, there's 5 offensive linemen. The center, his job is to snap the ball to the quarterback, which means throw the ball between his legs, or there's under center where you can pretty much hand it to him between your legs. And then the other 4, you have the right guard and the left guard, and the right tackle and the left tackle. And their jobs are pretty much the same. They just block for the quarterback. The center also blocks for the quarterback, but after he snaps the ball. So the quarterback, his job, he'll say hut, and he'll get the ball, and he'll either hand it off or he will throw it, or he can run it too. The running back will take the handoff. He runs the ball. He can also go out for a pass. And then the receivers, their job is to run routes and catch the ball. If it's a run play, they should be blocking too. You also have a tight end, which only comes on certain sets, and you maybe take a receiver out or something for it. And he also runs routes, but he's a lineman that runs routes. So he'll be on the line, and he can run a route off the line, or he can block. On defense, you also have 11 people. Now, on defense, it's a little more confusing. Like, you're not always going to have a set number of linemen. It kind of goes in the formation you play in. So, my team, we play a 4-4, which means you'll have 4 linemen and 4 linebackers. So, the linemen, your inside guys are your defensive tackles. Their job is to hold the inside gap and not let the ball go there. The defensive end's job is to get outside of the offensive tackle and not let the ball go past them. Like, it happens because, we're big guys and it's hard to get out on some of those running backs. But so our job is just to outside contain, is what it's called, and stop the run. And then on a pass play, a defensive line will also rush the quarterback and put pressure on him, try to make him make bad throws, throw an interception, fumble the ball, something like that, get a sack, make them lose yards. Linebacker's job, you have the inside backers, so there's the inside backers, and then there's the outside backers. Outside backers will play kind of outside of the defensive ends. The outside backers have the same job as a defensive end, except for when it's a pass play. They will drop into coverage or cover one of the receivers. The inside backers, their job is to stop the inside run like the defensive tackles are. They're just behind the defensive tackles standing up. And on a pass play, they'll also drop into coverage. So then you have your cornerbacks, which will cover the receivers, the outside receivers. And then in the defense we play, we only have 1 safety, but you can have 2. Their job is to stop the run. They're kind of last line of defense on the run, so if it breaks through, they have to make a tackle or it'll be a touchdown. They can also drop into coverage. Now, on some forms of defense, some formations, you have what is called a nose guard, and he plays head up on the center. So the defensive tackles will be on the guards, in front of the guards, but the nose guard, if you have one, will be right on the center, and his job is just to either get the guy to force bad snaps. He holds in both those inside gaps, and the defensive tackles just kind of have the other inside gap, because there's an A gap, a B gap, and a C gap. And the C gap is outside, the B gap is inside the tackle, in between the tackle and the guard, and then the A gap is in between the tackle, or the guard and the center. So each position has their own job to do. Each job is just as important as the next one, even though some don't get as much praise and glory for what they do, you know. Each position, if they do their job correctly, you'll have a good football team. Like, we all make mistakes, but if you make, like our coach says, if you make those mistakes at 100%, you can fix those mistakes. But if you're not making them fast and hard, then what's the point? So if you have 11 guys doing their job, you'll win football games. In conclusion, everyone must do their job to win a game. I mean, you can't have one guy doing their job, or even 10 guys doing their job, because it's not going to work. It just won't.